But here we go, 2-5 red lights for the Miami Grand Prix. It's a Williams on pole, lights out, and away we go. And I think it was a good start between the top two. And Focus has got a massive jump there. And now the two McLarens don't want to be fighting through the first corner. And Jamie is going to have a look to try and defend off Sanders's Fall. Sanders's Fall around the outside of turn 3. And that was a lovely move from the Mercedes to get up into P4. Down to the back there, Dodo is trying to hold off Hughes Morgan, who is trying to make a move himself. And down the inside is going to try the Haas of Hayes. But he is in P12 right now. Bosmuis is going to try and make an overtake of himself, and side by side between Tycho and Hughes Morgan. Tycho has the inside, will have the outside for turn 9. Obviously no DRS on this straight yet, but Tycho seems to have got on that move quite nicely. Can Hughes Morgan do anything to challenge it? Going down into turn 11, and I believe there was a bit of contact there. And look at Matthew, he tries to go down the inside and he gets tapped a little bit by the Aston Martin. He drops down into P14, and he's still going to try and fight this as he retakes, I think that was Hazitic and Bosmuis, and also tries to make a move on Kalik. He's ghosting through everything. He's taken that ghosting to his advantage, and that is Hazitic down the inside of Bosmuis. And I don't know if there was a bit of contact there, but Hazitic doesn't improve on anything there. And we'll look up at the front because I believe that was maybe a driver trying to sneak an overtake there. But we see Morley that goes down the inside of Hughes Morgan. Can he get it on Tycho as well? Going into turn 17. No, he can't. But FaZe Dom in the Williams is going to try his is going to try his opportunity down the inside, but can't make that stick. As Hughes Morgan now has the inside once again for the final corner. And now will Hughes Morgan be able to do anything into turn 1? He's going to try ascend, and he is up the inside of the Williams. Can he get it cleanly? No, he doesn't, and he makes a bit of contact and spins, and he drops down into P13 as Hayes makes a move on Matthew there. Matthew drops down into P11. Jamie retakes his move as well down the inside of the Mercedes. The Mercedes tries to hold it down the inside going into turn 12. But will Jamie be able to hold it? Is they going to go side by side into turns 14 and 15? How did they get through there without making contact? Jamie now has the inside for turn 16. And I think he does get the better exit, but will Dylan be able to challenge it back round the outside? Yes, he does. And it's going to be side by side going into the final corner. Who is going to be the successor out of this one? Is it going to be Jamie? Is it going to be Sanders's Fall? Or is it going to be Tycho, who sneaks his way up the inside? That was very close to making contact with the barrier. But Tycho, from absolutely nowhere, makes a triple overtake on both Ferraris and also a Mercedes. Lovely move there from Tycho. But can Sanders's Fall do anything on this Ferrari in front of him? He's going to be looking in his mirrors at the other Ferrari, but he can't make any moves going into the first corner as of yet. I want to see if Jamie can make a move on Tycho as he is closing in, and he is going to elect to go around the outside very close to the barrier there, but Jamie gets the move, and I believe that was also Dodo trying to make a move on Sanders's Fall. Down the inside he goes. Once again, Sanders's Fall has the inside for turn 12. And now into 13, 14 and 15. A little bit of contact there with the front end plate. And that is Sanders's Fall, who is sent half spinning there. And Dodo will stay in P6 at the moment. But More Leader and FaZe Dom are going to try their traction and drag race down into the final corner. And I believe More Leader might actually be able to get a move on Dodo here, as More Leader has the DRS. As Jamie tries to defend off Tycho, but Tycho gets back in front. And so does More Leader, getting into P6 as well. And FaZe Dom as well, down the inside of Dodo, gets the move of himself as well. And FaZe Dom is up into P7. More Leader is 2.5 seconds behind, so he doesn't have any benefit of DRS, but FaZe Dom tries his look down the inside, and I think Sanders's Fall is going to go down the inside of Dodo as well. As FaZe Dom makes the move, Dodo does indeed hold off on Sanders's Fall, I do believe, but maybe with a bit of contact as Kalik is trying to ghost through the Mercedes going into turns 14 and 15, and Sanders's Fall has actually lost the place to Kalik, but he's still going to try and fight this, but I don't think he's going to be able to, as Avi gets the move on Focus, and we have a new race leader of Avi. So I don't know where Focus has lost that gap, but I was just saying he had a massive gap of 7 tenths, and he has hit the back of Avi, so he might have had a little bit of a push to pass there, but Focus doesn't let Avi through, so I'm sure he will be fine in the stewards room later on. But he's going to try his look down the inside of the Avi, but he elects to back out of that one. And will stay in P2. We'll get the benefit of the DRS down the main straight. But Jamie just clinging on as well behind them, as Kalik is only about 300ths behind Dodo, as Dodo is under a little bit of pressure there from the Alpine, who goes around the outside. Can he make that move stick though, Kalik? No, he can't, as Dodo has the inside, but then Kalik will have the extra straight line speed, taking the wider exit out of the previous corner. And Kalik for sure does indeed get that move. And up at the front there, Ransdell now makes the overtake on Focus as well. So now the two McLarens in a P1 and P2 spot, and they can work together now to ensure that they keep this P1 and P2. But More Leader is looking close to FaZe Dom as Ransdell now takes the lead of the race. I believe that is just a little bit of teamwork though from the two McLarens. They don't want to be fighting in a P1 and P2 spot, so if they are going to be overtaken, that is going to be purely team orders, in my opinion. As Avi actually comes into the pits. That's a very early pit stop from McLaren, but sort of replicating what some drivers did yesterday. I believe that was me and Liam, I do believe. I believe both of us pitted at the end of lap 9, so let's see if that undercut will work for Avi. Ransdell into the final corner. Will we see him in the pits? Yes, we do. Is Focus coming in? Yes, he is. But Tycho stays out. Jamie comes in. Was that the right call for Tycho? Obviously, More Leader, I expect to stay out. FaZe Dom staying out. What will the other drivers do, though? Matthew comes in. So does Sanity's Fall. Bosmuis stays out. But then, he cut the pit lane there. That's going to be a penalty coming for the Mercedes. So let's see where Avi will come out compared to the other drivers. And he's going to jump pretty much everyone. I mean, he was in the lead of the race pretty much. Obviously past Ransdell as well, who is actually leaving the pit lane. So Ransdell actually coming out with his teammates. So that is some great teamwork there from both McLarens to pit both drivers and still come out in a net P1 and P2. We're going to ride on board with Sanity's Fall and see if he can get the move on Matthew as Tycho gets a 10-second penalty. And that is crucial because he was looking for a potential P4. And if he has that 10 seconds looming over him, that is going to be a huge penalty coming his way. And look at Focus. He is right all over the back of Avi there. Avi is actually almost out of DRS range. And we have a yellow flag. That's Dodo. Dodo has made contact with, I assume, another driver, but I'm not too sure who. But Dodo down in P12. Does he have front wing damage? Then there is an end plate missing for the Ferrari. Focus is getting close, but so is Tycho. Tycho is going to try to go down the inside of Focus there, and he does get the move, and then tucks into the slipstream of Avi. So Tycho now stealing that place off Focus, but he does have that 10 seconds. Let's see if Tycho can make another overtake on one of the McLarens to put a car between those two, as he is closing in. Avi moves to the inside. Tycho follows him through. And I think Tycho's got to look for the outside. That's very dangerous for the Aston Martin. Always he's been tapped into the barrier there. And there was a little bit of bodywork coming out onto the track, though. I'm not too sure whose car that was from. I believe it was from Tycho, but there's no visual damage as Focus now goes to the inside, but cannot get the move there to be allowed racing room, and will have to elect to stay behind. Question is, where will More Leader come out when he pits for his tyres? But as we spectate that, Tycho is still all over the back of Avi. Was Focus actually might have a look on Tycho, as I think Tycho made a slight mistake out of turn 2. But Focus doesn't look to go for the move just yet. And More Leader does indeed come out in P8, as I predicted, just behind his teammates. So a few drivers getting a bit close to these white lines. Avi once again moves to the inside to try and defend it. Tycho tries to go around the outside. Will he hit the wall again? It didn't work out before, as Tycho gets really close to the wall, but doesn't tap it. And Avi is still there on the outside, and it's going to be a drag race into turn 1. And Tycho doesn't have the power in that Aston Martin to get through on Avi, but that was close between those two drivers. I'm not too sure, as we do still have about 10 laps to go in this race. More Leader with the fastest lap of the race. He's up into P6. So those mediums really working out for More Leader. Obviously setting the fastest lap time of 28.1, and he is slowly catching into to Jamie. So watch out for More Leader as a potential threat at the end of this race. He could come steaming through. Tycho, ooh, really close to Avi there. I thought he outbroke himself a little bit, but managing to just break in time and not make any further contact with Avi. But look at Focus, he is really closing in on Tycho, and he's got the much better exit. And Focus looks to go around the outside of the Aston Martin and gets the move into turn 11. Is he going to try the move on Avi as well? And he taps the back. Tycho's back on the outside. Can Tycho repass down the inside going into turn 12? The Aston Martin is still there. They both make contact. Tycho into the wall, but Tycho has to back out, and look how close Focus is to that McLaren through that corner. That was so close, and Focus once again really closing in on Avi, and now down the back straight. Can he make anything? Tycho behind as well. Can anything be made going into the final turn 17 hairpin? And Focus is going to pull to the inside. Avi pulls to the inside, and Focus is left with no opportunity but to back out of that one. But Dodo is reeling in Bosmowis, and he is going to pull to the inside. And he is going to break himself into turn 11, latest on the brakes. Bosmowis is going to try, and actually he's Morgan round. Did he make contact with one of the drivers, or did he just lock the rear brakes? I don't think he made contact with anyone personally from what I saw. I'd see it very quickly as he picks up a 3-second, but he is now down in P14 over a second as well. So a big mistake there from the Sabra, which has prevented him from keeping within that fight. We could still see more leader try and, well, basically nick this away from everyone else. Obviously, these top four are fighting for their life, and more leader is definitely within DRS range. And I'm sure he's going to get it on this straight. Yes, he does. There it is. The activation will come for him. And he will open the rear wing flap as Tycho makes his move down the inside. Can he get it on the McLaren going into turn 17? Can he disrupt a McLaren 1-2 down the inside? He leaves the space for Avi. And I thought he was going to try and move down the inside of Ransel, but no, he can't. And he has made the move on one McLaren. Can he get the move on the second one? But Avi back down the inside going into turn 1. And he will repass the Williams. But they're still going to remain it side by side. And Focus comes out on top. Focus stays in P2 and splits both the McLarens. Will Focus be able to will Focus be able to pass Ransel to take the lead of the race? But Avi is looking around the outside, and Avi is going to look to try and overtake Focus. And round the outside he goes, outbrakes himself. Focus is still there on the inside, side by side through turn 11. Through turn 12 we go now. Avi basically has the better line through there, but Focus is not giving up, and he eventually has to. And into turns 14 and 15, Avi gets back into P2. This is very close. More leader is all over the back of Tycho. Can more leader get that move? I mean, he will get it on penalties anyway. Down the inside he goes into turn 1. Not able to make the move, but Tycho makes a mistake. And that easily allows more leader through there. Some good awareness there from more leader. Spots the mistake from Tycho and gets the move. But more leader still challenging down. Can he make anything? As Focus is going to try to go around the outside. Cannot make that move. Avi with the better straight line speed can Focus. Look for it down to the inside. Look at more leader. Goes down the inside of 1 and 2. Decides to back out though, but it's still side by side between Focus and Avi. And Focus has to back out. That was very close to more leader. Getting a double overtake there. Focus tapping the back of Avi there though. Focus burning absolutely everything on this straight. Can he make the move? Can he make a late dive bomb? And more leader goes around the outside. More leader is going to try the outside of Avi as well. Will he break latest? Yes, he does. Side by side between the McLaren going into turn 11, into turn 12. And more leader has a little bit of contact with the McLaren and gets the move. More leader into P2, Avi in P3, but Avi is going to burn absolutely everything to repass more leader on this final straight. He has the lower wings. Can he make it stick, or will Focus get the move? We're going to ride on board with Focus and see what is going to happen. Can Avi make the repass on more leader? More leader without the DRS. He didn't get the DRS on Ransel, sorry, and Tycho repasses Focus, and Focus drops down to P5, but a bit of contact and Tycho's fall to the outside, and it's going to be side by side, but Ransel is going to overtake, Ransel is probably, sorry, is going to come across the line to take his first victory of the season. More leader will then finish in P2 with an absolute comeback of a drive with that overcut. Avi tried his best, but it's not a McLaren 1-2, but a still good finish for Avi regardless, finishing in P3. Focus finishing in P4. Jamie jumps up to P5 with that penalty. Faison finishes in P6 with Kalik in P7. Tycho does indeed finish behind Kalik, and Matthew finishes in P9 with his penalties. Sanis' Fall will finish in P10. Dodo will jump up to P11 with Bosmowis's penalties, as he will finish in P12. Hayes will then finish in P13. And it's going to be Boldy to finish in P14 with 9 seconds worth of penalties, which I'm sure Hughes Morgan is going to overtake. And Boldy will finish in P15.